Welcome to the PSR YouTube channel. Hey, I love YouTube. YouTube's awesome. It's awesome. You should become a YouTube creator. Totally. This video will get monetized. Yes.
Whoa, yeah. We're having lots of family fun now. Whoa, yeah. None of these are real guns now. Whoa, yeah. Also got a Patreon, the link is in description. Got some merch too, yeah, you know you wanna get some.
Thank you for being patient. I think we've stroked the algorithm enough for today. The video starts in 3, 2, 1.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of PSR. Today we have the BULARMORY Tac Pro 4.25 ported version. Unlike a lot of other gun reviews, I have done 3,000 rounds down the pipe of this thing before even shooting the video. We're gonna go over the features, why you might want this as opposed to a Staccato. But first, we gotta give her shit. 20 round mag. Oh baby, let's talk all about it. I gotta thank the channel sponsor for PSR, and that is Outtakes Engineering. Guys, if you are into squirting your own glizzies, which who wouldn't be, then Outtakes is the one to go to. They've got all the rails for your squirted glizzies. As long as it's Gen 3, any platform, they got it. In addition to that, they also got a ton of Mac parts. A cheeky Mac Daddy, a cheeky mac and cheese. You're gonna love Outtakes because they got all the uppers you could possibly want. Long ones, short ones, whatever floats your boat. Thanks to Outtakes for sponsoring this channel. So what is the BULARMORY Tac Pro? It is not a 2011, contrary to what you might think. It is a double stack 1911. You can call it a 2011. It's in the same kind of class as a Staccato, I would say. In my opinion, what you get with your pistol is going to be better out of the box than the 2011. This is chambered in 9mm, double stack 1911, and it is made in Israel. They've been at it for a long time. The Tac Pro and Tac models have been redesigned for 2024. They made a few different changes. Now, what makes this different than a traditional 2011 in the same style as Staccato? There are some differences. The magazines are different. These magazines are not 2011 magazines. They're very similar, but there are some design things about them that make them a little different. They have functioned perfectly since I've had this pistol, right up to around 3,100 to 3,200 rounds on this thing so far. These mags have been great, and they lock back every single time, unlike a lot of other 2011 magazines. I know the 2011 platform is made for competition shooters. It's kind of like the go-to for competition. And speaking of which, I first learned about this gun at Finish Brutality Fire and Ice, the Winter Brutality. James Reeves was lent one of these to shoot, as well as Micah Mayfield, and they shot so well in the pistol competition part of the Brutality match that I was just like, bro, what are you shooting there? I want that. So with the help of James Reeves, he made the connection with BULARMORY, and they got me this pistol. So full disclosure, they sent me this pistol with the expectation of me doing a review. They don't have any requirements on what I say about it, just that I do a review on it. So I saw Micah absolutely shredding Finish Brutality pistol stages with this thing, and I was just like, oh my God, let me just dry fire that. And I dry fired it, and I was like, oh my God, instantly in love. That feeling of the slide, so buttery smooth. The trigger, it's just perfect in my opinion for what a competition pistol with a duty kind of spin on it should be. Now you could call it a duty gun with a little bit of a competition spin. It's kind of both. It dips into the realm of competition shooting with that really crisp trigger, light trigger, but also safe to carry. And a key aspect of that in my opinion is the magazines. If you're a competition shooter, you're usually reloading before you even have to lock back on a magazine. But for a duty use, I think it's really, really important that the magazines lock back on the last round, and this thing has been doing it each and every single time.
Guys, before we get into the rest of the video, I gotta thank today's video sponsor, and that is Arms List. If you guys ever wanted to either buy or sell a gun on the used marketplace and maybe your local FFL didn't have what you wanted, well, you can think of Arms List as kind of like a Facebook marketplace or Craigslist for guns, accessories, optics, and stuff like that. With over 95,000 listings, you're surely gonna find something you're interested in at Arms List. You can set your preferences to look locally in your area, or you can go through their dealer network, which spans nationwide. If you're interested in signing up with Arms List, I would never in a million years use the code PSR for a first month fee of only 99 cents. 99 cents for the first month. You can check it out, see if you can find anything. If you don't like it, you can always cancel. Having a sponsor for these videos really helps, and I do want to thank Arms List again for sponsoring this video.
What are the changes they made to the latest model, the Tac Pro? There are two models, there's the Tac and the Tac Pro. The only difference is the Tac Pro has a V8 ported barrel here, as you can see. So there are 8 holes in the barrel for maximum recoil management. Ported model is, I think, $24.50, and the non-ported Pro model is $22.50, which is just a little under what Staccato's are priced. Tac and the Tac Pro are also offered in a 5-inch variant. This is the 4.25. What do you get in the box? Well, you get obviously your pistol without the optic, and we're going to talk about the optic mounting system in a sec. You get a 11-pound recoil spring, various optic plates, which is awesome. You get 4 mags, guys. Staccato does not give you 4 mags, and Staccato mags are quite expensive. I think these ones are, you know, around the same price, but you get 4. So, I mean, in my opinion, maybe if you do competition shooting, you're gonna get another 4 or something, but to get 4 mags out of the box, super important for a gun like this, where the mags are like 58, 60 bucks. I'm not sure what the retail is on these Bull Armory mags. Like I said, these are not 2011 mags, but awesome that you get 4 mags. Get a little bit of cleaning kit, standard. Let's talk about the Optics mounting system. Right now we have the RMR plate on here. This is a Gideon Optics Granite. It's got a really big window, pretty heavy duty. It's not like a SRO. I think you can drop this thing pretty good and it'll be okay. So it's kind of like a good mixture of like the duty and competition vibe here with this red dot. Now the cool part about the mounting system of this optic and the plate system is it's called the BAO optic system. So it's the Bull Armory optic system. Way that it works is this plate is actually indexed on a post, and that optics plate goes on the post, and so all of the recoil from the gun and the slide reciprocating, that is being transferred to that post instead of the optic directly, which in my opinion is genius. It's way better than having the optic take all of that force. It's being held in there on that plate. Now as far as the plates that you get in this thing, you get the RMR plate, you get a Delta Point Pro plate, and you get an RMSC plate, which is awesome that you get 3 different plates. This should be the case with every single 2011. If you're spending $2,500, $2,800 bucks on a pistol, there should be optic mounting plates included. I don't think that's the case with Staccato. Maybe the newer ones do, but this has all 3 of those footprints on here, and obviously the most popular one is going to be the RMR, which we have on here right now. Polymer grip module here, obviously, like any other 2011, but it is a steel frame, a little bit added weight, keeps the recoil down a little bit more. The previous models were aluminum. The other thing they've added is a full Picatinny rail dust cover all the way to the end of the gun, which I think just looks sick. We've got an ambi safety here, pretty standard operating procedure for a 2011 style gun in this price range. The iron sights are indexing into the slide here. The rear one is actually a Glock one, which is really cool that they put a Glock one on there, so that's really easy to switch out. They are higher suppressor style sights, so you can use the iron sights, which is really nice. The slide has been updated with some more aggressive slide serrations compared to the last model. It's so buttery smooth. If you've ever shot a 2011 or something similar in this kind of price point, you know that buttery slide smoothness is kind of what you want. The other thing they've got on here is this nice flared magwell. The cool thing is it does come with an extra pin that's smaller. If you want to remove that magwell, you totally can, and they include another pin where you can just yank that out and then it'll be flush, the pin with the grip. Another feature of this pistol related to the magazines, which is really nice, is these are 20 round magazines. Pretty great capacity in my opinion for a, you know, double stack 1911 style pistol. The previous Bull Armory double stack 1911 style pistols, they had silver parts like the grip safety 50, and they've just made all of them black for this model, which is cool. I like the all black look. The Tac models come with a fiber optic front sight, but the Tac Pro models don't come with a fiber optic front sight. It's just a normal one. For obvious reasons, we're getting a lot of gases coming out that would immediately obstruct and get that fiber optic sight dirty. So this one comes with a regular front sight. Lastly, another little note that's kind of a cool engineering note is this is different than a traditional 1911 rail system. These rails extend the entire length of the frame versus some of the other designs. Cool little feature. So for all intents and purposes, this is a 2011, but it's just not technically a 2011 because there are some kind of significant differences. Let's just do a little dry fire real quick. If I had to guess, the trigger's probably right around maybe 2.5, 3 pounds. And I also believe that you can change this trigger shoe to be either a flat face or curved, but here we go. So just a little bit of pressure and brake, and the reset right there, and boom. It is so crisp and light, but not too light. It's just right in my opinion. Enough talking, let's shoot this thing some more. So holster compatibility. Will the BULARMORY use a normal 2011, let's say, Staccato P holster? And yes, this is an A&R design Staccato P holster. Really nice. I love A&R design. It fits in there good. Set it up for the X300. Draws great. Another note, these mags will fit in pistol pouches. So this is a S-Tac standard pistol pouch. I know that sometimes 2011 magazines don't fit in the pistol pouches. These ones fit perfect. They're not too tight. I love these. All right, let's do a little time drill, 3 rounds from the holster. .301. Let's try to get it under 3. 219. All right, given that this is such a smooth and very easy to shoot gun, I have given this to my girlfriend who's behind the camera, and she loves this thing. She shoots this thing awesome. So if you're gonna introduce a new shooter to shooting pistols, I know this trigger is quite light. However, it is a very easy gun to shoot. So if you are not a good pistol shooter and you want a cheat code, this is about as close to a cheat code as you get, in my opinion. All right, we're gonna see how fast I can go. 20 rounds with the Tac Pro 4.25. And here we go. .23. Damn, that's quick. Oh, dick. God dang. When you're shooting and the slide's reciprocating, it's returning back to that original place where you shot, which is really nice. And it just has a really nice feeling to it. All right, let's do some reload drills here. .63. .397. All right. .364. I'll take that one. As far as pistol shooting goes, I am definitely not an expert or anything. I have not been shooting guns or pistols really for that long. It's been about 5 years. There's no excuses, but I'm still working on my pistol proficiency, definitely. But this thing makes it a whole lot easier. Next up, I want to try to do something I've always wanted to do since I watched Sicario. And we're gonna try to take this long guy. It's a BULARMORY magazine, but it is a longer, more competition style magazine. I think it's a maybe 27 rounder. We're gonna try to bump fire this thing Sicario style. I'm gonna hold it like this and use this finger to do my bump firing. We will try it. Oh, come on now. Oh, there we go. Woo. Oh, now this mag doesn't lock open because it's a little bit different style. So, damn, I kind of got the hang of it there at the end. Definitely takes a little bit of practice. I got some at the end. That was pretty cool. Let's try, I gotta keep on firing it. I gotta see if I can get the whole mag. Woo! Oh, Jack! Got her absolutely hot as hell, smoking, baby. Let's go. All right, in our last little time test, we're gonna do this plate rack. We got 6 plates here, me see how fast I can do 6 plates. .38. All right, I think I can get it under 3 here. 2.98. No mics. Nice. Ran out of ammo. That's something that happens quite a bit with this gun. You're just gonna wanna keep shooting it and shooting it. This has been an awesome day shooting this thing. Let's get into the conclusions. All right, so some conclusions on the Armory Tac Pro 4.25. Like I said at the beginning of this video, guys, I've run a shit ton of rounds through this thing and I love it. 3,000 rounds. Depending on who you are, that's a lot. Maybe that's a little bit, but for a gun like this, that's a little bit. That's not that much, but I have got extensive trigger time on this thing, multiple range trips. It's kind of a cheat code. If you want to be a better pistol shooter, this thing will do it. It's just got that super crisp trigger. The highlight for me really is this grip module, which is I think a little bit less thick than the Staccato. It just makes me, grip it that much better. And the trigger. Those two things are, in my opinion, the best things about this gun. I really like how easy it is to rack the slide. If you're like, not so strong and you're not used to like pulling it back, this thing is just so buttery smooth, easy to rack to with the optic. And speaking of the optic, Gideon optic, it did great. It's a 6 MOA dot. I would like it to be a little bit smaller on the dot, but other than that, it did great. One thing I did notice that happened, we lubed up our barrel before we shot it, and some of those gases from the ported barrel did kind of get on our optic, so I had to wipe it off a few times. That's going to be really the case with any ported barrel that you're shooting out of a pistol. It's going to get it dirty, so it's not really specific to this gun. Price point wise, you're looking at less than the Staccato. The trigger, in my opinion, feels better than the Staccato P. Might be just me, they're very similar, but I really do love the feel of this gun and the fact that you get what you get with it. All the optics plates, 4 mags, and this mag well is super sick. I just find myself at home when I'm bored and I want to have some stimming time, just doing reloads with this gun and doing dry firing. I'll lock it back. I will find the target, put the mag in, and it's just always so smooth to get that mag in. Ultimate stim tool. I mean, it's only a $2,450 stim tool, but to each their own. As far as 2011s go, I'm just saying this is in that class because it is the double stack 1911s. This is actually pretty reasonably priced. I know $2,450 for a gun is a lot, regardless of who you are, but there are a lot of big, heavy players in this game that charge a lot more. Like, for example, Atlas. That's a very, very high dollar and high quality 2011. Staccatos, you're looking at anywhere between $2,500, $3,500. So this is pretty competitively priced when you compare it to some of the others in the market. Now, there are the cheaper ones like the Springfield Prodigy, or even the cheaper ones like the Turkish ones, the T-Sauce or the Mac ones, but from what I've heard, those have had some issues and you get what you pay for. This is a hand-fitted 2011, just the right cost to value ratio in my opinion. As to this point, we're at right around like 3,400 rounds. I have not had a single malfunction with this gun. Even when I was bump firing it, it did not malfunction. I don't know how many other pistols that I've reviewed that I could say I've put that many rounds through it without a malfunction. Obviously, you got your Glocks. And speaking of Glocks, is this a duty pistol? I think it could be a duty pistol for sure. Obviously, you've got the manual safety. You've got the grip safety. Now that a lot of people are transitioning to like Staccatos as like carry guns or duty guns, this fits right in there too. It is like a cheat code, but then if you carry it, it's like carrying a cheat code to defend yourself. Anytime you can get a leg up in a self-defense scenario, I will take that. I would check out the channel Thin Line Defense. They did a review on this gun, or one that was similar. It might have been the 5-inch one, but that channel's great. I will link that video in this description if you want more information on it. Now, I have shot a Terran Tactical Sand Viper, which is way more expensive than this. It's like, I think, an $8,000 gun, and that did shoot a little bit flatter than this, but consistently didn't lock back on an empty magazine. In my opinion, if you're gonna carry this thing or use it for duty purposes, it's always got to lock back on that mag, and these mags do it along with this pistol. I don't know much more I can say, guys. I love this thing. I'm gonna shoot it in competitions. It's gonna be a blast. I'm gonna be training a lot of more rounds on this thing. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like and subscribe, or leave a comment, even if it's negative. I do appreciate all the haters and all the lovers, which most of you are. I love you guys. If you guys want early access to my videos, if you guys want access to my music, you can subscribe to my Patreon. It goes a long way, paying for ammo and other things like that. Thanks so much, guys, for joining me on another episode of PSR. Till the next one. Love ya. Bye.
You got something. Stay there. Don't move. You got something.
Bruh. Bruh, how did that stay on?